Hey guys, it's Jess from the Tree of Woe Show, December 26, 2011 Raw review. I don't know if you can tell, I kind of sound like John Laurinaitis. I've been sick for a while, that's why there was no SmackDown review. But I hope you all had a fantastic Christmas or Hanukkah or Kwanzaa or whatever you're down with. Falcons are getting their ass kicked, but it's okay because this game would have been a lot more stressful. But thanks to Aaron Rodgers and the Packers, they're at least in the playoffs, even though if it stays the way it is now, they're gonna play the Saints again in a few weeks. It's probably gonna go similar to this. It's not gonna be good, but it's in the future. We're not worried about that yet. Let's get into Raw. Raw. Oh, what you know about the People's Edition? Swag. Anyways, Raw live from Chicago, first time back since Money in the Bank. Punk's music hits to start it off as expected, but John Laurinaitis comes out. John Laurinaitis. I don't have to try to do his voice, but he basically comes out in CM Punk's shirt, does the intro. Looks his clock. It's clobbering time. Comes out, per se's entrance, comes out and says he is the future and he has brought the new golden era to us. This prompts actual CM Punk to come out of the ring to a pretty big pop, as expected. And basically, they're just talking, and John Laurinaitis jokingly gives him the night off because he's a funny guy. But then he announces a gauntlet match where else to face three guys, and if any of the three guys defeat him, they'll get a title shot next week. So basically, same situation as last year. Not so much a gauntlet, but we all pretty much knew that we were going to get a title match on the first Raw, just like last year with Miz Morrison. And he says, Punk's like, okay, well, when I beat all three, I'll face you, John Laurinaitis, as the fourth one. And they agree to that. And then right when CM Punk's celebrating, we cut into the final It Begins promo. And at the end, it says, the end begins next Monday. So the fact that it cut into CM Punk and it's looking like, I'm hoping it's Jericho. That's what I'm going to go with. Book it. From me to you. Merry Christmas. First match tonight, Booker T, Cody Rhodes. This match went a long time. There was commercial breaks, we had business going. Pretty good match. It wasn't, I don't know. I wasn't really getting into it as much as I would have liked to because I like these guys. But Booker T wins clean. So, right. So for all of you that don't like old stars overshadowing the new ones, there's a clean victory for it. I don't know if anyone's going to be complaining, but kind of hypocritical if you're okay with this. Anyways, then we cut backstage. Zack Ryder thanking Cena, pretty much saying, without you, none of this would have happened. Cena's like, you don't got to thank me for a damn thing. I'm aggressive, Johnson. I like to yell a lot now. And he just says, you did it yourself. And then Zack Ryder asks about Kane, and Johnson's like, well, all I know is I've been attacked 2 weeks in a row, or whatever, and if Kane's here tonight, we're going to end the year with a boom. And they both wish each other good luck. And that's it. Jerry Lawler he announces to the entire crowd that the Gauntlet people will be Jack Swagger first, and if Punk can somehow defeat him, it'll go to Ziggler, and if somehow he defeats him, it'll go to Henry, and if somehow he defeats all three, then he'll face John Laurinaitis. Yes. Then you got Kelly and the Big Show backstage. Laurinaitis needs to see him. Perfect. We go, and there he is, back from commercial. John Laurinaitis on the phone with Brodus Clay, saying he's going to debut next week. And he'd hate to be his first opponent because he sounded pissed on the phone. Big Show comes in. They show the SmackDown highlight when he knocked out Otunga. And Big Show basically said, I could beat you with one arm tied behind my back. So, of course, Mr. Excitement, John Laurinaitis, announces David Otunga versus Big Show with one arm tied behind his back. That's what we're looking for on Raw. Then you get Dolphin Ziggler. Dolphin Swagger backstage arguing about who's going to get the title shot. And Swagger doesn't even know why Ziggler's getting ready because he's up first and he's going to beat CM Punk. And then Vicky's like, it doesn't matter. One of you got to bring the title to my stable. And Mark Henry says, excuse me, motherfucker. I'm here. And he just walks by. Good for him. And then we get intergender tag match. How long has it been? Zack Ryder and Eve versus Tyson Kidd and Natalya. Long story short, Zack Ryder hits the Rough Rider on Kidd for the win. Woo, woo, woo. You know it. 1 hour main event time. Cena comes out, calls out Kane like he said he was going to, but instead he gets The Miz. And The Miz comes out and basically says that 2011 was the year of The Miz, and he won WrestleMania, he beat Cena. Even if The Rock helped him or not, he still won. And he says he wants a match right now. So like, all right, Miz versus Cena. Doesn't go very long. Miz ends up leaving the ring, gets counted out because he says this match does not matter. Then we get an R-Truth return, and he comes out and just beats down The Miz. Beats him down, throws him in, hits him with a water bottle, as you will see. His signature move, the water bottle to the head. And he basically says, the bad thing about Christmas is you open all your presents, then it's just over. So every Monday night's gonna be Christmas. I'm gonna take my time beating you down. So look forward to that. R-Truth beating down The Miz every Monday, apparently. Then we get Big Show with one arm tied behind his back versus David Otunga. Short, like pretty quick into the match. Mark Henry comes out, his music hits. Big Show's arm's still tied, so he's like, well, damn. Yeah, so he interferes, beats down Big Show while his arm's tied behind him, just knocks him over, and then Daniel Bryan's music hits. Daniel Bryan. He comes out, distracts Mark Henry, turns around, looks like Big Show's gonna knock him out, but he dips out of there. David Otunga gets a huge choke slam instead. After this segment, we get Alberto Del Rio coming out on a gold wheelchair and tells us that he's tore his groin. And the crowd did not care as they cheered. And they were pretty happy about him being injured, apparently. And then the Bellas come out, and they're both talking about how they're going to throw a party representing his return when he comes back. And then they argue that it was Bree's idea. Oh, it was Nikki's idea. No one gives a crap. He's just like, hey, get out of here. And he promises to be more aggressive when he comes back. Again, with pause face. So we'll look forward to that, I guess. See how that goes when he returns. See if he's relevant again. And then it's gauntlet time. First match, Punk versus Jack Swagger. CM Punk going for the GTS. Countered. Boom, kick to the face. 1, 2, 3. There you go. Did any of us think that Jack Swagger was going to beat CM Punk? Let's be serious here. Raise your hand. Right. So we move on to Punk versus Dolph. Swagger gets a shot in on CM Punk before this match starts. They go at it for a while, and then Vicky and Swagger distract CM Punk, of course. And then as CM Punk recovers from that and goes, he's about to win the match, Laurinaitis comes out and says, there was an injustice, and ejects Vicky and Vicky and Swagger because they caused distractions. He's like, it's alright, sorry, Punk. And then he tells CM Punk, oh, about your request, I'm not going to be getting in the ring tonight. Well, distracting him. As Dolph hits the zigzag. Uh-oh. 1, 2, 3. CM Punk lost in Chicago. Thanks to a Laurinaitis distraction. Dolph Ziggler will get a title match next week on Raw. Now, is he going to win? Probably not. I don't think any of us really thought Jomo was going to win the first match of this year. But hey, stranger things have happened. So basically, Dolph goes and gets the title, celebrates up the ramp. Oh, yeah. Puts the title at the top of the ramp. CM Punk's just looking at him like, ooh, you're here to show the world. He is not perfection anymore. Main event segment. Kane comes out, starts talking about Cena, and he's like, people are living lies, blah, 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 and then Cena's music hits. Cena comes out, starts to walk down the ramp. Kane says, whoa! Ooh, fire for days, pyro. And Cena's just looking like, what the hell? So pretty much this big thing of fire blocks Cena from getting to the ramp. He's like, fire. He's like, I didn't come to pick a fight with you. I'm here to talk to you, Jonathan. Stay back there. And he talks about how Cena should embrace the hate instead of rising above it. Because humans naturally have hate, and he needs to use it to his advantage. All this stuff. Now, once he unleashes it, he'll be better for it. And Cena just kind of standing there like, what? You can't just tell him, you need to embrace the hate. use it to power your whatever. And so Kane's like, so you will have to end this year with the image in your head of the crowd chanting Cena sucks. So of course the crowd, Cena sucks. Oh, Cena sucks. And that's the show ends. The show just ends with John Cena just looking down, like pondering. God damn it. So, don't want to jump to conclusions, but I'm going to. This makes zero sense if they're not going towards a John Cena heel turn. Will 2012 finally be the time? It's because what else is this for? Like, we have the main event segment, no Royal Rumble build for Kane to come out and be like, you should hate people more. And then next week he was like, well, I love America. I love everybody, so that was irrelevant. It's like, what else is this for if it's not going towards that? So I'm not going to hate on it or praise it just yet because I want to see where they go with it. I mean, if this is, because this main event segment is going to be a waste if it ends up just being Cena, still the same old jolly. So I'll have to see where this goes into 2012. Is Jericho coming back in a week from now? Is it Undertaker? Is it Triple H? I don't know. But, I don't know. Is it Funaki? Probably. But yeah, so we'll have to see. We're supposed to get the Brodus Clay debut. We got It Begins. We got a title match. And we got the backlash from Cena. In theory, next week's Raw could be incredible. Notice I said in theory. So we'll have to see how that goes. They have a pretty good track record of messing stuff up. But I'm not going to jump to that conclusion just yet. I'll give them a chance. So let's see what happens. I would say Happy New Year, but I'll do a SmackDown review before the New Year, so don't worry about it. But this is Justin. Tell me your thoughts below. Tell me what you thought of the show, about the final Cena segment especially. Anything about the rest of the show. Do you think Dolph Ziggler has a shot in hell next week? Anything you want to talk about. Q&A questions. Didn't do a Q&A this week, or I don't know if it's been 2 weeks. So send more questions. We'll reboot that going up. Shout out Wrestling Gurus for last week. We got a lot more subscribers now. So if this is your first video seeing of us, welcome. But for now, like this video, like I said below, subscribe up here, and again, tell me any of your thoughts, 2012 or next week's predictions, anything you want. What you got for Christmas, I don't give a shit. Not that I don't give a shit about what you want, I'm saying anything you want to write about. Good night.